I have been feeling so locked into my own light. And I've been in this state of almost just taking a step back to be like, what is different? Like, what in my life has shifted that I'm feeling this really intense energy in such a powerful way? And we all know I am extremely devoted to my practice and my commitment to meditation, to movement, to prayer. And I've been focusing a lot of my energy on spirituality and my spiritual practice and expanding my vessel, my soul, seeing some areas in myself that I can strengthen, that I can correct, or just really be better at. And this is the space I love to be in when I'm just in this curious mind. So I started studying Kabbalah again. I'm in a Kabbalah 1 class right now. And I studied Kabbalah about a decade ago with my girlfriend, Alice Panikian. And it really rooted me into myself. And even though it's been a decade since I've actually been in a class, there's so many Kabbalistic principles and tools that live inside me. It's like once you learn this wisdom, it doesn't leave you. But just like anything in life, in order to really master or to allow it to actually shift and transform your being, you have to be consistent with it. And I think sometimes for me, for sure, just being busy and having life feel so full and almost sometimes feeling like, how am I managing everything that's currently on my plate? And here I am like, you know what? I want to go back into a Kabbalah class, but it has been so awakening for me. And it's quite honestly, if we're going to be, completely honest here, which is just the only way to be. And the more that I feel like I've been able to lean into my transparency more, it feels so aligned because it's who I really am. When I started studying Kabbalah, no one knew who I was. So there was definitely a part of me that was like, oh my God, I don't know that I want to be in a class. And so many things have changed. And I almost let that, my ego, let's call it what it is. And there are massive pros and there's cons to our ego mind. But being able to almost just like take a step back and recognize that I was going to stand in my own way just because, like, okay, there could be some people in the room who are members or know who I am. Also, who cares? And that was really the part where I was like, I'm going to do this for me and we're all there for ourselves. So I'm so happy that I did it because being in a class in that energy is so powerful. And it's just been making me feel this incredible beam of light inside of me because I'm living it and I'm breathing it and I'm studying every single day. I'm constantly, honestly, with so much joy, listening to the podcasts that are very spiritually focused, that enhance my way of thinking, my way of being. It helps me see things through a different lens. And that's what I love about spirituality and why I think it is the foundation of my practice that I've been a little shy about really emphasizing. And I've also had to look at that, like to even observe the past 10 years, I am a completely different version of myself from when I really started studying, and I've been meditating for over 15 years, and elements of those go hand in hand. But to be able to see how far I've come and how much I've expanded, it's really powerful. And I believe that we're all meant to grow beyond our own comfort. And when we get ourselves to that place where it is facing uncomfortable things and we are with it and we don't try to, this is like probably the biggest thing I've noticed in my life. I'm no longer trying to get through my day. I want you to think about that. How many of us are waking up in the morning and I'm like, ugh, the meeting. And then I have that appointment and I just have to get through it. And I just need to get through this day so that I can get to the weekend. When you live your life that way, it's so depleting for your soul. And even when we're doing things that are maybe not the most like joy infused parts of our day, when you are with it, when you allow yourself to be with it, to be with what is directly in front of you, whether it's a challenging move in a workout or it's a challenging conversation that you have to face, or you have to let someone go. When you are where your 2 feet are planted, it's amazing how much presence it brings into every single thing that you do. And I've been able to really just observe these ever so subtle but massive shifts from taking this 4-step approach that Aton, the Kabbalah teacher I'm studying with right now, describes is these 4 tools to apply to something in your life, like when a challenge arises. So I want you to just think about something that's been really difficult for you. And what do we usually do when something comes up and it's really hard to face? It's like, oh, why is this happening to me? I can't wait to get through this. And I just want to feel better. And those are all normal human responses. But if something occurs, if you can just, number one, if you can pause and look at this as an opportunity and actually saying to yourself, what an opportunity. It's crazy what this does in your mind. Like the mental shift that I have from saying these 4 steps literally all throughout the day. I've written them down every day since I've been taking this new class to really embed this into my brain. So, number 1, pause. What an opportunity. Number 2 is to fully embrace what is. Be with it. Feel exactly what it feels like. No more moving around it, above it, below it. I was the queen of dancing around, running away from. But when you can be with it in full acceptance of what it is, and it can be painful, it can be really uncomfortable. And then number 3, and this is really what inspired this episode today, this and a message that I got that we'll get to. But number 3 is to remind yourself that all of the light is within you right now. That all of the light that you could be in search of during a dark time lives so deep inside of you. And number 4 is to ask, to be guided. Show me the way. I like to say at the end of every meditation that I do is a prayer from A Course in Miracles. And it is, a lot of you know this. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? And then just through my own intuition, I always say, and with peace, love, and light, allow this to move through me, show me, guide me, use me. And what are you doing? Like, what am I doing when we're asking, show me the way? It is giving over this idea that we, first of all, have to figure everything out for ourselves, that we have to carry all of this weight on our shoulders. When you feel supported from source, from energy, the universe, this power greater than us, whatever it is you connect to, your higher power, the divine, God, it helps you feel held. And as if you're literally being guided. And it has given me so much certainty in the unknown, certainty beyond logic. And it helps my light shine so much brighter when I'm in this space. When we are in this space of reminding ourselves that every single thing in our life that we are in search of out here in the external world lives right here. It lives inside of you. This is our internal job, is to turn our own light on. No one can do this for us, and nothing can make this happen. And from bringing my attention and my energy and my focus, by the way, which used to just be like out here, butterfly, could never really focus on what's in front of me. And I have ADHD, discovered this later in life. It all kind of made sense when I look back at my childhood and I'm like, oh, wow, it's because I didn't understand what was going on with me. But through this true daily devotion to my practice of, and it's not easy. It's not easy to do the work, to work on yourself and to come back to it the days that it's the last fucking thing that you want to do. But it is through feeling that resistance, through feeling tired, through feeling drained, through feeling like there's no way that I can sit and do this thing when I have all of these things that I have to do today. It's through acknowledging all of that and then choosing yourself anyway. And then choosing to come back to sit, to breathe, to be, to pray, to give over, to ask for support, to ask to be guided. It helps you feel this certainty inside of you that I can only express from doing this work because I didn't ever feel this. I feel it more now than I ever have in my entire life in the most uncertain of times. And life is uncertain. But knowing that you are where you are meant to be, doing exactly what you're doing, whether it's in a relationship, a job, going through being with what is actually in front of you, and knowing that these things are sent to you from the divine, from above, from the creator, whatever it is you connect to. And I think spirituality gets almost a bad rap because People may not connect to the words that you're using. Find your connectivity. What do you connect to? Energy? Everything is energy. I had this woman send me a really nasty DM the other day, and I was just sharing how I've been feeling so focused and so internally motivated and just excited for no apparent reason, just like bringing a level of energy to everything that I'm doing. And she wrote me and she said, "How can you be so out of touch? Look at the world. Look what's going on around you. Like, this is so tone deaf." And first of all, I hear that and I can understand that. But I really want to bring this back to the fact that we get to choose what we absorb. I think it is very important to observe what is going on around us, to have knowledge, to be in the know. But it is another thing to allow your soul to absorb that energy. And I am a mother and I'm a wife and I'm an entrepreneur and I have a lot of people that I have to show up for every single day. So I don't know about you, but I know the energy that I want to bring forward in this world. I know that I want to be that embodiment who rises above the darkness and embodies a light that we all have inside of us. And when you can stay connected to that light and you can focus your energy on that and water it daily, because it takes this consistent daily habit of coming back that keeps that light on really bright. And that is where I want to put my energy. That is what I want to bring forward. And each and every one of us gets to choose what space we want to live in. And it doesn't mean that you cannot feel pain, hurt, and suffering. It affects me deeply. We're all empathic on some levels. I am deeply empathic. But I know the movement that I want to lean into. And it's to reminding us all that we have this power so great within all of us. And it is our duty to keep our side of the street clean. Look at the way that you're living your life. Look at the energy that you're bringing to everything that you're doing. And it's my job to water myself daily. And I want to live in this space. This is where I choose to live, because let me tell you, I've lived most of my life in the darkness, and we can choose. I did this deep meditation the other day, and I wrote something down in my journal because it's pretty powerful what happens when you sit with yourself, when you be with yourself, when you actually breathe and connect deeply to your breath. Meditation wakes you up to yourself, to who you really are, to your natural state before the world gets involved. This deep awakening within, a rooted feeling so deep inside. When you just get up and you choose to sit, you choose to be with your breath, to stay devoted to you. Become in love with the process, in love with becoming, in love with being your most magnetic self. We're all energy magnets, and the energy that we embody is what comes back in our life. So if you're living in a space that is bringing you down, these are all beautiful reminders that we don't have to stay there, that we can choose a different way. We can choose to lean into the discomfort. When my alarm goes off and it's the last freaking thing I want to do is wake up earlier than my children, truly, like people can say, like, wake up earlier than you have to. No, I have to do this. I want to do this. I get to do this because it makes me better. It makes me stronger. It makes me able to manage life in a way that I want to manage it, less reactive, less psycho, because I can go that way real quick. And I know she's in there if I need access to her. We are not trying to get rid of her, but I don't want to live in that space anymore. My nervous system doesn't want to live in that space. I want to live in my magnetic self. And that is when magic unfolds in your life. And it transforms you. It changes the trajectory and the direction in which you are going. So when you're faced with a challenge, I really want you to just try saying, what an opportunity. Pause. The power is in the pause. When I feel like I'm about to unleash on someone, pause. And it doesn't mean, by the way, that I always do it. Because when you unleash, it is so damaging for you and the other person, but like the pain that you have to sit with. What an opportunity. Pause. Embrace what is. All of the light that you need is within you right now in this very moment. And let's keep asking, show me the way, guide me, use me.